Alright, we're back. Sorry about that. Anyway, to those of you who were there before, just talking about Echo Point Nova. So, just finished a game. Took me, like, 100%. Took me 12 hours, over a couple of days. Yeah, I mean, I'd recommend it. I think it's, like, very much... on one side, I'd say it's exactly what I wanted. On the other side, I'd say it's probably better than what I wanted. Like, to me, it was really good. It was better than what I wanted. But on the other side, it fulfilled what I wanted it to fulfill, if that makes sense. So it's short. What I really like about it is, listen, I love my massive, like, long, winded stories and massive games like Witcher and Cyberpunk. Those are awesome. At the same time, sometimes especially as of late, I don't have that much time to play games, right? Like, I'll have lots of hours, yeah, 120, but most of this is not playing games. Like 18 hours, that's 2D stuff, right? 24, 2 hours Blender, bit over 1 hour, 3.5 hours, that's obviously just total played, bit of hours, total, stuff like that. Grinded off this is probably my most played game during this, I guess, things, but otherwise, not too many of these. Most of it will be OBS, it'll be Substance Designer and Painter, really, the main things that I'm doing within this time period. Mostly just schoolwork related stuff. So I'd probably say maybe now I've had a bit of time to play games, so maybe like at max 60 hours, somewhere in between 40 to 60 hours of playing games. So I haven't got too many hours. I mean, to me, within 2 weeks, 40 hours is quite a bit, but at the same time, it's not too much. Like, I usually like to put maybe like 2 to 3 hours. How many? 2 to 3 hours like every night. So that's probably pretty accurate, really. Like, I usually start playing games that are now 7, play till about 10 or so. So 9.5, 10. So give or take. Sometimes I play a bit more as well earlier. So yeah, about 40 hours in 2 weeks sounds about right to me. Maybe a bit over that. Say 50 to be in the middle. But yeah. So a game that I could play Echo Point Nova for genuinely like 15 minutes and be fine. I could play it less than that. Like a mission, realistically, you could finish in like 5 minutes. Run it on Steam Deck. I've played a bit of it on Steam Deck, not that much, but I've played a bit of it. Works well, actually. It's the only shooter game that I think I've played that I actually think works well on Steam Deck. The only thing that I dislike about it on Steam Deck would be the activating the hoverboard thing. So the hoverboard, it's like you just like left button, like you just press down the left stick, and that does the hoverboard. The issue is it sometimes like randomly deactivates. So because it randomly deactivates, sometimes it just deactivates when I'm trying to do stuff, and it is really frustrating. But as long as it's not happening, like I think the what's it called? Like the targeting system. What's it called? Like I think like the ADS, the aim assist. That's the word. The aim assist is amazing. Now, in most games, it'd be like cheaty, but in this game, you know, single player mostly, versus bots, it's perfect for me. So it was pretty much perfect to me, and I found it amazing. So 12 hours in, I've 100%ed everything. And you know, there's still more stuff that I could do in the game. Like, not really, but like I could always do like a rerun. So there's a lot that you can do to like add difficulty. And let me know if the volume's too loud. I think I'll turn it down a bit. But yeah, they once you finish the game, they start adding a heap of stuff to make some nice difficulty. So, you know, 12 hours. I spent $30. Usually, now some people dislike this. I'm usually like a dollar to dollar, you know, a dollar to hour kind of guy. Usually, that's not to say that everything has to be a dollar to hour. Like, I've had people say, "Oh, well, you got this game and you didn't do a dollar to hour. Is that like, are you going back on your word and stuff?" Not necessarily. I do think that is just, to me, like a basis, if that makes sense. Like, if I could get $1 to an hour, like, I would generally be satisfied, regardless, right? Ugh. These drinks are not great. It's like got apple cider and vinegar in it, and ginger. They're like kind of sour, but they're like healthy for you, I guess. So, oh well. Because I mean, there's a lot of games that I've probably bought. Like, I mean, I don't generally count the Humble Bundle games as like bought per se. Like, in the sense of, I spent maybe New Zealand $18. I got Remnant 2, Persona 5 Strikers, Justin, Dome Keeper, yada yada yada. I get all of these. I mean, $18 for all of these is pretty good. Like, if I were to put in like a couple hours in each game, or maybe a decent number of hours, like, you know, 10 to 20 hours in just one of these games, to me it still provides value. But like, if I go by hours, for example, what's a game that I haven't put that many hours in, but I think is worth it? Thing is, I don't go out of my way to buy most of these, so most of these I haven't gone out of my way to buy. Maybe Pavlov. Pavlov costs probably more than it. Yeah, so it costs about $30. I put 6 hours or so. Now, that's probably not accurate. I probably spent more than that. Technically, because I did Steam Family Share on a different account that I used. I don't know what's going on with the mixed reviews recently, but also, you know, it's VR, right? To me, spending like 30 hours in VR is substantially different to 30 hours on a PC, right? So, stuff like that. Like Vermintide, there's 20 hours. I mean, I don't even know how I got this game. Maybe I got this during a Humble Bundle. Either way, however I got it, like 20 hours, if I spent more than $20, I was incredibly satisfied. I've finished this game. I don't know what I've done achievement-wise, though. What am I missing? I supposedly haven't completed the prologue, though. Must have added this some point after I've played, though. But yeah, I mean, I finished it, but also I haven't played all DLCs, so there is that. No, I need to refrain. It's the temptation to get the DLCs. I want to get the Dark Tide so badly. It's just never price point wise been exactly there. I think as of late it's been close. Like 27 is really, really good. And to me, usually within the 20s, you know, for a game like this, I would just be like, yeah, okay, let's just get it. The only downside I have is you need to play with others. And so I'm not necessarily like, I don't know. I'm not opposed to playing with other people, but at the same time, there's been occasions when I've played, like, not necessarily, you know, a game that like this, but I've played other games where that's co-op and you have to complete stuff, and then if people are bad, it's just a pain. So I just don't like being reliant on other players, if that makes sense. The only time I don't care is if I'm good enough to carry. But to get to that point, you have to have played a game decently. So unless I had somebody that was willing to purchase and play with, like I would I'd do it if somebody was interested in playing with. That was on my friends list, but otherwise, yeah. But yeah, just thinking. I don't think. Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, but I don't know. I need to like refrain from spending too much money. One, I'm saving because I got a trip later this year that I'm saving up for. Overseas trip. And I got some of these games that I got to play through. I need to play some more COD, Black Ops 3. I also need to play some more Final Fantasy 7. Oh. Just thinking, I want to play Cyberpunk and start a new one. I also, to be honest, I do also need to play through some Witcher, but I might just wait till I got a bit extra time or something. Because I want to do the same thing. So in here, I've finished pretty much everything. I want to get to the point where I've finished everything in Witcher as well. So that means I'm like perfect for the next game. But by all means, I got multiple years before that comes around. Supposedly. At least till the next trilogy. Maybe they release something in the meantime. I know... I know, what they're working on, and I don't think any of the stuff that they're working on is going to come out anytime soon, but also there's other stuff that they could be working on that I may not know about, you know what I mean? Like, they've told us their main stuff, but there's always, like, stuff, you know what I mean? Like they said that they were finished with updates for Cyberpunk, and then they released another update. Stuff like that. So, I was meant to do something. But yeah, I don't know. I listened to all the investor calls, and I believe they want to do a mobile game. So, sorry, I just want to turn on like no nudity and no like streamer mode for music and stuff. I don't know if there's any like music like that, but I just want to make sure. I don't know what music you're allowed to play this and what you aren't. Presumably Grail FM you can though, I believe, which I thought was pretty cool. Oh yes, I do have that on. And then it's either maybe video, I think. So accessibilities. They have hard drive mode here. They also have HDR, never fucking mind. I read that there's hard drive mode as well. There we go. Spotify? Wait, I press the pause button. Ah! No. Just thinking. I think I was saying on like one of my last streams, I was wanting to read some of the comic books. Anyway, I was gonna do that, man, earlier today, and I didn't. Sorry. There is, I just noticed there is a noticeable, like render delay. As in, like, there is a noticeable delay between input to that. Small, but, you know, I can feel it. Just double check my settings are still the same. It's not bad. Like, I could play with it. But it is noticeable. But the thing is, I could always turn stuff down, but I'd just generally rather not. The game looks so good. I look forward to seeing what they do with the next stuff, honestly. I look forward to everything CDPR is doing, but at the same, I should maybe do this the races. I haven't done all the races, but at the same time, it's just the races don't really provide anything new. It's just a bit that you get like 10,000. It's like, oh wow, like, so what? Sorry. That was accidental. My face is lit up. Sometimes it's nice to just like take in, you know, the atmosphere, the world design and stuff like that. A lot of that just being, you know, me being an artist, is just like, I mean, everyone's the same, right? Like, everyone, I would hope everybody is relatively impressed by the overall just world design of this game. This is one thing. I was watching a video. I can't remember. You know what? I'll it's not really a shout out when it comes from me. My phone's on charge. But if anybody's interested, I'll print it out. I even finished it because I was watching it while I was eating dinner. This one. Cyberpunk's Redemption by Jack Sather. Anyway, I was watching that and it was making me think. Something that I find really impressive about this game is like the variety and diversity between the different like subsections of the city, really. Like, although it's one city, it like portrays there's a noticeable performance decrease and render latency fucking by like it's better now. The 80 was definitely noticeable. For anybody interested, I'm gonna ignore that. For anybody interested, I'm trying to do the relics. I think. Oh. So I supposedly want to unlock all of these. Which means I just need one more relic. Point. The issue is, how do I find out where all the relics are? I don't know, I'll have to do a little dry run for a smudge, but if I don't find it, I'll just search it out. Oopsies. Maybe I just go for a bit of a walk. Just looking at, like, oh. Yeah, I'll go point at my monitor. Look at, like, around here, the top portion of the map. Just, like, on my left side. I feel like it would be on, like, a wall inside one of these places. It's interesting. I was gonna say something, but it'd spoil, so I won't. Well, they just a really flat, like, normal map. Ah, normal map, you fucking nerd. Roughness map. Like, there's not many... Well, there wasn't any changes, it was kind of flat. I'll call myself a motorcycle. Sure, we'll grab Jackie's Arch. Apparently there's like an iteration of Jackie's Arch that you can do. Like if you're playing specific lifestyles, you can recommend he upgrades the exhaust. Oops. And then he gets like 4 exhausts instead of that one. Maybe a little over the top for me, but still kind of cool. Hopefully the game's loud enough for you guys. Got no clue what was up there. Waste of time. There was nothing. Really? But yeah, so I just found it pretty impressive how they've like kind of covered, and I really, that was weird, and I really like the fact that there's different like, you know, regions with like different what would you call it? Almost like if it like you know what I mean? Like it's like you know, Japantown. You got like the Korpo area. You got you know, Pacifica. You got Holy Performance kind of tank in. Maybe might need to turn off fast tracing. I'm just surprised that I haven't seen the relic. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I've completed everything there is here, and I haven't grabbed the final one. Why would I not have grabbed it, you know what I mean? Like, I must have just not seen it, but then... Same time, how in the world have I, like, missed it, you know what I mean? Okay, well, I guess I'll go on a little rant. So, on top of all the things they're working on, so for people who don't know and are unaware of what's being worked on, that the general public is aware about. Some say Witcher 4, but effectively a new Witcher trilogy. Key thing new, so it's not following Geralt. Some people like, oh, you know, we want Geralt, show us Geralt still. Bro, Geralt's story's done. Geralt's story was done at the end of the Witcher books, spoiler. So, arguably he wasn't even meant to be, like, you know, not... He wasn't meant to be, you know what I mean? Like, but, like, his story was kind of complete before the games even came out. So the games are, like, based after the books. Fuck, dude. Listen, the books have been out for so long. If you would have wanted to read them, like, feel free to fucking type in chat and I won't say it, but if I were to solely allude to what happens, Geralt shouldn't be able to do really anything after the books. I mean that literally. So, you know, his story was already fucking complete, and then, you know, the games bring him back. And I think it's done well. Like, the thing is, there's you can, it's mostly left up to kind of like interpretation. So, you know, them, if you've read the books, you know what I mean, like doing what they did, I think they did like as good as they could in consideration of kind of where the story left off. So, which we're getting a new book next year, so lovely. I think technically we were meant to get the new book this year, but it would be in Polish, not English. So for us English readers, it would definitely be maybe localized next year, I think it was. So, sorry for anybody who's popping by or missed something. I'm trying to find the remaining relic points. So that's why I'm like slowly driving around the city. And that's also partially why I'm like half talking, half like having breaks, and I can like think about what's going on in the world. So yeah. It's yeah, I mean, I think they've done it perfectly if they continue it. I wouldn't, if you were to do more, I wouldn't. I would start, like, it would have to be it would have to be after. I wouldn't do anything, like, post Witcher 3. Especially after the, I'll do this mission. Post, it's kind of strong. Sorry, this is like really weird to go back to after Pico Point Nova. And then there's also render latency, which is kind of hard. It's also partially why when I'm streaming, I'm at slightly worse performance. In terms of my gameplay. I've effectively got double the render latency. Okay, let's be honest here. There we go. So I usually sit at about 30 render latency, which is, like, good. I think 30 for me is to the point where, like, I don't, you know what I mean? Like, I just don't care. Anything less is great, but 30, I think 40 is where I draw the line. Right now I'm running in between like 60 to 80, so. Noticeably, it's to the point where I start, you know, you can noticeably feel like the latency. But albeit it is subjective, some people notice things sooner than some people. Okay, I got stuck in there for a second. But yeah, so they're doing The Witcher 1 remake, they're doing, you know, I see a lot of things online, you know, if you could have any game remade, what would it be? Genuinely speaking, The Witcher 1 remake, sorry, The Witcher 1. So, I'm pretty ecstatic to have that. I never finished The Witcher 1. I wish to finish it. I mean, ideally I finish the game before it releases. I would imagine it's going to take a bit. So that's being... Sorry, I'm just trying to remember what they're called. That's being remade by... I'm like thinking starting with it in something Theory. It's not Ninja Theory. It's... Oh shit, it's not to my turn. It's not Pirate Theory. It's... Oh, I'm gonna have to search this up. That's really painful. It's... I don't know if they've started this, honestly. Like, looking at the open positions, there's obviously Molasses Flood, which are doing the multiplayer Witcher game, which I'll talk about, but I'm not seeing anything on the other one, so I don't know if they've started working on the other one. This was, if anybody was interested, a effective Pokemon Go. Interesting. So CDPR owns Spocko. So maybe when they... I don't know if that Spocko still exists, though. At the same time, as a result, the merger of CD Projekt as the surviving company. Okay. I'll take it that Spocko doesn't exist anymore. Oh. Developers Spocko. I mean, I hate to say it, this game was never going to be particularly crazy. Yeah. Don't seem to be a Spocko, but... Okay. That makes sense. Okay, so that's not that bad. I still didn't answer my first question. Fool's Theory! Oh my god, that's the company. It just came to me. I'll get back to that. So it seems Spocko was basically CDPR's like, okay, you can, like, you're still part of us, but you go and solely focus on the game, and then the game didn't do as good as they were hoping. I don't think it was ever going to do that crazy. I mean, it was a little bit too late after the Pokemon Go type of shit. Okay. Fool's Theory. That's the game that I'm after. Well, company. Fool's Theory. So they are owned by CDPR. Oh yeah, they worked on Thaumaturgy. Well, the Thaumaturge. This came out this year as well, by the way, so... So these guys are working on... This is like a reasonably decent looking game. So they've worked on this, they've worked on, I believe, 7. This thing. Ah, so it wasn't just them, but they helped with it. So I believe Fool's Theory at the moment is a bit of a... We help you. This was like the only really... We made this, yeah. So, Fool's Theory, I believe, is... Okay, so they're hiring. Let's see what they got. So their hiring thing must just not be part of CDPR's, like just completely their own thing. So read into this. Oh, this shit would be so cool if I could work there, but I can't. Remote sensors. Fully remote. Fluent English. Oh, okay, yeah, they're doing that. Good knowledge of Jira. Scrum Kanban. I don't know Jira. I do know a bit of Scrum and Kanban though. Ah, there we go. I'm like GMT plus 12, which is quite the difference compared to that, unfortunately. And I don't fit within any of these, like, they don't hire, they're like after hired things. Senior material. I would love to do material art. Material artists, I'm starting to get into that and that's really good. ZBrush and Photoshop? It's a little odd. I use these though. Photoshop, it's one of those things where it's like, why use Photoshop to make textures? I mean, there's things that it can be helpful with, but I generally prefer to just stick within these. Yeah. People and culture specialist, VFX artist, senior animator, IT producer, level artist, asset artist, environment artist, lighting specialist, employment payroll, foliage. That's pretty cool. Usually foliage, I haven't really seen foliage its own thing before, so that's really cool. A couple other ones. And bear in mind, these are just like the positions. There could be like multiple of these open. That's the artists. So these two are like the things that I'd potentially, I don't know, depends on what they consider environment assets. Maybe that's like, you know, rocks and stuff, and maybe just like, you know, houses and whatnot. That could also be much more than that, or much less. So if I were to work as an asset artist here, I'd be doing architecture, props, and foliage. Modeling, texturing, high poly, mid poly, and low poly. Implementing and setting up assets in the game engine. Maintaining pipeline, yada yada, that's normal. Normal. Possibly. Optimizing and cleaning scan data, so they might be using scan stuff. And utils, crazy. 3 years, obviously, don't have any of that. Sculpting, yep. Experience in UE5. Yada yada yada. They use of your choice. That's really cool. Whoa! I've seen this too. That's a surprise to see. Genuine. Sorry, I'm just responding to a DM. We were doing pictures, which I was tempted to do. I ended up I got me and my brother to take some pictures. That's just in my living room. With my camera. I am so lucky. I am so lucky. I have a portrait portrait lens, so I can take really nice portrait pictures. It's a small one though, but it's like just a default Canon one. It's like a 50mm. It's like a 1.8 aperture lens. It's just only 50 mil. You can't extend it, and it's like a electric zoom. So like, prior to set to like automatic, it's super quiet. I don't even think you can hear that. Which is good for if you were doing videography, which I don't do. This camera's not good. It's full on DSLR, but it's not good for I don't think DSLRs are good for videography, are they? It's like mirrorlesses that are good, right? Sweet. I have one lens. I got two different like lens types. One that uses the white, and the other one that uses the red. That one uses the red dot you can see. It's just the lens types and how they apply. Then this one runs a white. This one's how noisy this is. I don't use automatic focusing, but for this. No way. Hold on, I gotta like make some ambient noise. Ay 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 ay. Ay 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 ay. I don't know. I don't know if you can hear it. I don't think the mic's picking it up. Either way, it's like if I were to make a noise like I don't know, dude. Listen, anybody watching me probably like, this guy's insane, what the fuck? Kinda loud. But anyway, super happy to have a portrait thing. And it's super good. Super low aperture, so it's really good for like portrait shots. The aperture's like the blur of the background. Also good for like just standard stuff, like if I were to take pictures of like flowers, for example, right? But the only downside is it's 50 mil, so that's like human eye, give or take. Some people run it up and down. Oh, I just gotta respond to something. How did you calculate financial projections? Sorry, just responding to somebody. It was for this. We have financial projections. This is my 3-year plan. I think my product's gonna make 1.5 mil, 2.5 mil, then 5 mil. The rhyme and reason to it is I'm selling. It's like for physically disabled people. It's just like an extension for your controller, and there's 250 million roughly people. So I think 250 million, if I sold only 100,000 first year, I would make 1.5 mil. Second year, if I sold more than that, I don't know, I just wrote 2.5 mil and then I went to 5 mil. I said that, you know, we're going to be introducing new products and improvements over time, hopefully and would grow as a company, because hopefully by then more and more people start learning about us. I don't think Tisha never really explained how to do it, so I don't think it has to be anything crazy. It's more just what we believe is right. Anyway, continuing with what I was saying. So I think that's really cool. They prefer Blender. I did not expect that. Did this seriously have to? No, it's far enough to the point where I can't be asked. 3ds Max, Maya, ZBrush. So you can use whatever you want, but they prefer Blender. Obviously it means nothing. You can always export FBX to whatever you want, so it does not matter. Interestingly, they use Photoshop. Familiarity with these PBR is obvious. Photogrammetry is interesting. Knowledge in Nanite and Lumen, that's interesting. Well, that's interesting. Nice to have classic arts, architecture, photography, color theory, knowledge of other softwares like SpeedTree and Marvelous Designer. Using that if you're to do characters and shit. Suck it. Sketching skills. I'm not the greatest at these things. I still need to get better. I'm not great at sketching. Oh, Amy, how's it going? Look at this. I did not expect to see this. Blender prefer. This fool's theory. But I explained most of that in the message that I sent you. Yeah, that's cool. And then there's environment, and they're doing architecture, props, foliage. Just shake him. This looks mostly the same. I think that's what's different. I was just looking at these two different ones. There's asset artist, which is what I was just looking at, and then there's environment artist. I'm just seeing what they're classifying the differences. This seems a little bit different. Participation and creation of game maps dash levels. A lot of these are saying they're still doing architecture, props, foliage. Eye-catching locations. You want to? I wish I couldn't though. These are all much higher than what I'm. So these you have to have experience. And even if I could fit within it, you have to be within. Yeah, you have to be within close to GMT +1. That's gonna fuck all of us up when it comes us being New Zealanders. When it comes to remote, yes, they offer remote, but you have to be within a couple hours. And we are either GMT +12 or GMT +13. It depends on daylight savings. I was thinking about starting a new playthrough of Cyberpunk. I'm literally 1 point away. The only thing I've got no clue where my final relic thing is. I want to like get my final relic done, so I can say that I've like done with the relic. I'm almost done effectively with this playthrough in this terms of like achievement wise. The only thing that I haven't done is every like data point thing. I don't know. I think it's like the fast travel points, but I don't know how the fuck I'm supposed to find all those. Like I don't know what I'm missing. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I'll quickly search it up. I just need to get rid of some storage. How have you been today, Amy Chief? How was today? I got a couple messages from your team lead, Big T. I don't know if those were like in correlation to what you guys were up to or not. There. I have a heap of these, don't I? Yeah. Being sad midday, no dinner. Really? Oh, that's not good to hear. I was hoping you'd have had a pretty solid day, to be honest. Yeah. You planning on having dinner at some point? Like, you waiting on that, or something up? Yeah, okay, no, I remember. Yeah. For a second, I was getting confused whether it was today that you sent what you sent, or yesterday. It's getting mixed up between the days. But no, that was today. Oh, no, it's nothing. It was... Sorry. It was related to schoolwork. It was just talking about sharpening edges, and there were two things. One thing she responded on, and I was like, oh my gosh. Like, this is like perfect opportunity, and you never responded back, so it was a bit painful. No, I guess she didn't see my message or something. But it was just about sharpening edges. So it was like, in Blender, if you she was saying effectively that she sharpened edges, and then for some reason it wasn't unsharpening. I don't know why. I probably could have helped figure that one out, but maybe, I don't know. Anyway, whether that would impact the model or stuff, and I said, if your model's smooth, like you have a heavily subdivided model, then yes, sharpening edges makes quite the difference. If it's just like a pretty boxy model and those edges that are sharpened are, you know what I mean? It's not going to make a difference, right? Like, if the edge is meant to be sharp, having a sharp edge, like, regardless. Like, whether you just do, like, hard edge it, like, you know what I mean? Like, via normals, or even just sharp normal. Sorry. Relic point locations. Sorry, I'm just gonna show this one second. Anyway, second thing she asked, and this is what I thought was maybe correlated with you guys. I don't know if you guys were talking about this, but obviously not. Was about moving away from Adobe. She was asking thoughts on Marmoset as a texturing program. I mean, I would assume you already know my standpoint, but I don't know if you had, like, talked to her about Marmoset after I had, or you were also interested in that was something brought up, so I was just wondering whether that was something that you guys had brought up. But no, I would assume not. Sorry, I'm just looking at... Yeah. She never responded. I just said, I said, it's pretty amazing. If you want, I can send a video voice chat showing it off. I've been playing around with it. I've had it for a good while rendering. Did some alpha testing for about half a year, and then been texturing and baking now. Only thing that's missing is text. Outside of that, everything is pretty much perfect. I think text will come soonish. I would just say don't buy Marmoset until 5 comes out there. And then I said effectively, like, I wouldn't be opposed to making the full switch to Marmoset. You want me to break your face? Huh? The thing is, right, is of two things. One, I have a Substance Painter perpetual license. You should break it if it's facing. I have a perpetual license to Substance Painter, so to me, there's no real reason not to use Substance Painter. Like, Uh, there's two issues I have majorly. I mean, I have multiple issues with Adobe and the way they do their things. But the two main issues I would say I have that would stop me is one, like, subscriptions. They are so subscription heavy, right? So if there wasn't the perpetual substance model, I would not use it. Like, or I would probably switch, you know what I mean? The only thing, and this is why they shouldn't remove perpetual, is there is a specific audience out there, aka hobbyists, that would only use the software because they have a perpetual model. If they were subscription only, I don't think it's worth it. I genuinely don't think it's worth paying. Now, some people are just like, what do you mean by that? I think there are alternatives out there that are good enough to the point where I have no complaints. Damn it. Okay, I've already got that one. There's stuff incoming soon. But also there's enough now. Like, Blender's got some new tool called, it's not like it's a plugin, called I think it's like UC Paint or ICU Paint or something like that. And I've seen a couple people using that. That one seems pretty good. That's like, listen, I'm gonna keep it real, as I generally would like to do. Unless you explicitly, and I don't recommend this, if you explicitly want to stay within Blender's workflow, I can understand. I just don't recommend it. That would probably be a pretty good alternative. And significantly better than the default stuff. Sorry, I'm just trying to figure out where this next area is. Sorry. The two, the first, the second. It's kind of like in here. So go see. I think I've already done this. Whoa. Did you see that? That just like completely changed. Oh, good. I'll switch it up. I believe it's called like UC Paint or something. Or something. UCU Paint. I've seen people use this, and this seems like a relatively decent alternative. I'm not too much of like the texture painter, but they offer a lot of stuff here. I think some pretty good stuff. But yeah, it's effectively just like all these layer-based workflow. I believe you can do PBR stuff as well. Okay, this really. So, I mean, at the end of the day, like I said, can you use this stuff? Yes. Would I recommend it? Here's the thing. I don't not recommend this product. I'm sure it's great. And it seems to be working pretty well. And that's pretty cool. The thing is, I probably, like... You know what I mean by the point of, like... Here's the thing. There's two minds about this, and you have to consider both minds. And this is like a really big thing in the thing. in the industry of these sorts of products. Why use this product when Substance Painter exists? Why use this product when Mari exists? You know what I mean? There's pros to using this product. It's straight up in Blender. And it gets updated relatively regularly. It's quite new, it seems, as well. And so forth. So it's new, gets updated very regularly. Like Substance Painter only gets like 2 updates a year. Like seriously, maybe a couple more, but the only 2 like updates where they added stuff. Who the fuck's Painter? Yeah, like what they had a release 2 days ago. No, that was longer than 2 days ago. Last month, and it introduced some new stuff, and I made a video on that. And then they released another one earlier when they did some text improvements and stuff like that. Those were the 2 updates. So there's been 3 updates this year. Bear in mind, if you own last year's version of Substance Painter, that was an additional almost 300 New Zealand dollars of like 3 updates, effectively. Is it worth paying 300 New Zealand dollars for those updates? I don't think it was worth me paying those, but at the same time, I just like wanting to have the latest version. Now, at the end of the day, I don't know whether I'd buy it next year. I probably wouldn't buy Substance Painter next year, but the year after that, I would probably definitely buy. I just don't think. Here's the thing: they said that they were going to be adding a bunch of new stuff, and then there were 2 updates with like maybe 3 decent improvements within them. Like, to me, it just wasn't enough. But I think, yeah. So at the end of the day, this is probably significantly cheaper. Is it free? Hmm. Well, it's free. Okay, well, then yeah, I mean, you can't really deny. I thought it was paid. Genuinely. If it was paid, why would you use it? Then, yeah. It's free. It's not as good, but it's definitely a good addition to the already existing Blender tools. So, yeah. But no, there's other things. I mean, there's Armor Paint. This one I've looked into for a while. I haven't purchased it. I think maybe one day I'll end up purchasing it. It's just why purchase it when I've got other tools that work better. And it's like cheap as well. I don't know if they've done any updates anytime soon. That's what I'm intrigued on. Oh, okay. The version 1.0 alpha release September 25th. They've finally gone to 1.0. It is reasonably priced though. It'd be cheaper to buy on itch though. 19 USD is cheaper than 19 euros. And I believe this is like infinite updates as well. All updates are free. Source code is on GitHub. That's pretty cool though. I wish it said what the 1.0 came with. Does it say on GitHub? 1.0, 25th. Okay, this will be it. Oh, Armor Lab? Am I stupid? Armor Lab's different, of course. Armor Lab's like the node-based workflow. No, that's version 0.1. I said this is like just released. I feel like I've heard about this like prior though. Armor Lab oh, it costs money. Nerd. I'm trying to figure out what Armor Paint. They say there's a 1.0 update, but I'm trying to figure out what the 1.0 update is. Anyway, I'm just talking about alternatives. So obviously this exists 1.0 apparently, but also they don't really say what came with it. What they have done is smudge tool, UV unwrapping, still, yeah, groups. Well, I didn't say anything really while you're gone. I was just trying to read what they did, so you didn't miss anything effectively. Oh no, I did talk about UCU Paint. UCU Paint is free. It turns out I didn't realize it was free. Anyway, you've got a couple of tools. Anyway, Marmoset, amazing. I'd recommend it. I think, genuinely speaking, the only thing that I think Marmoset's missing is text tool. Terrible Java. Okay, buddy. Can I just let you know, I pointed this out earlier before you hopped in. I have a latency of like 70. So while you call me bad, I have double the latency I usually have. Factual excuses, and those are right excuses as well, might I add. That means that there is a genuine delay between my inputs. And you would fucking close your eyes. I think you're the one that's actually nerd, huh? Nerd. I'm kind of surprised they haven't added a text tone. Watch yourself. Now, the reason why I say I'm kind of surprised, now, I get development time and stuff like that. At the same time, I guess it's just priorities, because I feel like they've added a bunch of really awesome stuff, but then text, I'm pretty sure, I feel like they've added stuff that I feel like would be harder to make. You know what I mean? So
fucking asshole.
my bad, G. I've got no clue, sorry. Where are we? Oh, it's on this. I need to close all these. I'm guessing it's... No, it's not that. Where is he talking about? Oh, it's this thing? No, it's over here. Oh, I was going to the wrong place, my bad. It's a little small for me to be able to see. Either way, I feel like it would be on my thing. Like, the relic thing's meant to just be always visible. Because they're not. Yeah, I have a fat ass. What about it, Amy? Alright, let's figure out where I am. This is so confusing. Okay, so it's here. He's gone there. Okay. Noticeably in the wrong spot. I've been to this place so many times now. Wow. But yeah. I like... If they offered... text. That would win me. Well, I don't know. It's once again, like, I have the perpetual license. The two things that would stop me from using it. If they stopped offering a perpetual license, I would consider switching. As well, the other thing that I have issue with is the whole Creative Cloud stuff and all the controversies around that. Like, we have access to all your shit and whatnot. Completely, like, I can understand. And I agree. I fucking hate that shit. The other side, Steam users don't have to worry about that because they don't use Creative Cloud, so they don't have access to any things. By the way, can I just say, I did not know that you could interact with these until, like, seriously, like a week ago. Yeah, like, genuinely, I did not know. They don't, yeah, well, they don't show you that they're usable. Then again, they might have implemented that, like, after a while. Hold on, there's something I'm missing here. Oh, I'm in the wrong spot. It's over there. Well, yes, but that's a different thing. That's a whole ass quest line, okay? And you don't interact with the button, like, it doesn't give you items.
No, it's not just a doodle. Oh, it's graffiti. Who the hell did they even come here?
You do? Oh, I don't remember doing that. Oopsies, I wasn't fucking looking. Your loss, I guess. Does the relic pop-up come up when you're close to a relic thing? Trying to see, it is supposedly in the entrance, but I feel like I've already gone that. It's in a building. Go listen for it. I feel like I've gone this one. This one's in the entrance, right? Yeah. Yeah, I've definitely gone that one then. Parking... just go away. Parking, garage, terminal... whatever. Supposedly there. Yeah. Anyway. I really want tech. So with 5.0, I hope with like the launch of 5.0, and this is like the only thing I see, like, I mean, people are requesting other things, but the only like, sorry, like full-on feature. What the fuck? Why am I going this way? The only feature that I've seen that, like, to me, or at least really interests me is that. I'd almost beat it. Like, there's people asking for a lot of stuff, and bear in mind, good stuff as well. But, not as practical as, like, this, so. To me, there's, like, the big. There's meant to be second story. Place of a parking garage. Dude, they shot first. I was minding my own business. Okay. Enemy's got his XBDs on right now. Jesus, that's bright. Chinko. What's this? Done what? Who's this? It's me. Me who? Huh? Christ, who's this? I don't recognize his handle. It's me, man. Oh. Because you see Grotto Pada. Yeah, that I do. Because I changed the XCDDD. You would! Yeah, that I do. I fixed your arcade machines, Jesus. Hope you did a better job there than with this chat. Okay, dude. That's like something you'd say to me. Honestly, undeserved, I feel. Okay, don't you fucking hear no evil, see no evils, fucking speak no evil. No. I'm guessing this is the monkey. Speaking of monkey, oh, I got bad news, Amy's. I'm spending some more money. I'm not. I'm spending some more money soon. I want to save my money because I got some stuff. Oh, I'm going later this year. Anyway. How do I get to the same space? Merchandise.
Her flank's exposed.
It's seriously over there? Dude, I'm a man. Way to... what's it called? Way to assume my gender, buddy. I honestly have quite the masculine look going as well, so it's kind of bullshit.
Let me call you up.
Basically, the Twitch streamer that I watch like pretty much every single time, Sea Dog VA, is doing some stuff, and apparently he's got some new merch coming out. Hold on. FABD. See, that's fine. Yeah. So I'm gonna go pick that up. Some of it. Just the ricochet shit. I did some ricochet things, so I'm guessing that's what that is. Oh, I'll talk about something. I don't know if I was talking to you about it, Amy. There's something that I was thinking about, but I'll talk about it later. Anyway, so Sea Dog's been kind of my homie, Connor. He's not even my homie, because he doesn't know who the fuck I am. He is coming out with some new merchandise with a new thing that he's doing. And a lot of it is like, I'm starting to think, so now this is going to be completely irrelevant to you guys who don't fucking watch him. So he does a bunch of charity events, right? And he's doing some big RV stream later this year. I think somewhere around like middle of October, presumably. And 2 seconds. Oh, dude, I'm gonna go insane. Oh. How do we get, like, there, though? I think I'm like just not in the right spot. Anyway, he's doing some new stuff, and he's doing some RV stream, and so I was assuming that he's doing some merchandise for the RV stream, which is coming out soon. Anyway, so the 2 bits of merch that we've seen, I couldn't find the other one. I was talking to my mom about it earlier today, and I couldn't find it, so I don't think I'm going to be able to show. But the other one he's working on is this little monkey here. Anyway, the other one was like a bunch of these little monkeys in an onsen, and it actually looked really, really cool. For those of you interested, I have one bit of merch from them that you may have seen me wear occasionally. This top here, long sleeve top, like a monkey. It's for the cyclothon. That was like 6 months ago. Anyway. He's got some really cool merch. Well, like, to me it looks really cool, and he said it's his best one that he's done. So, I mean, I gotta take his word for it, right? No. He showed like a jersey, and the jersey looks actually really sick. So, maybe picking some of those things up. I won't spend much money. So, yeah. I only get like, the only thing is sometimes it gets a bit. Is it even here? Am I like crazy? Is it this place? It's meant to be some like parking garage. Dude, I can't even see. Hold on, let me turn off path tracing. Path tracing is great. At the same time, sometimes you just can't see. Okay, even without path tracing, it's dark. Hold on. Yeah, hold on. Wow, it's just really dark. Okay. Presumably around here, though. No, the only... It might be worth doing. You told me V turns on your lights in it with a vehicle, right? I just saw another video on that today, and it reminded me. But I do recall you mentioning that. The lighting is significantly different. I feel like I would hear it. It's there. I must have already gotten it. Correct? Good. Alright, let's turn path tracing back on. You just cannot see. Okay, hold on, let me figure out this. Ah, you mother chicken. If I'm watching DWAG right now. I am. How did you know? He's doing Cuphead with another streamer that I watch. Premiere 2. Although that wasn't open. Yeah. That was a very much closed tab. Anyway. Looking forward to that. But I don't want to spend that much money on that. But no, let's read. So, okay, anyway. Going on the topic of merch that looks really cool, that doesn't look like merch. So a lot of these are like, so he does events, and these are like almost always charity events. Most of the events he does is for charity. But I mean, it's like to do stuff, but then also he raises charity during those events. I would say most is IRL stuff, I should say, as well.
I don't like it.
Okay, well, they didn't like that.
What the shit?
Like, yeah, he'll do, like, I don't know, playing, like, the God Gamer challenge he did. But that wasn't obviously for charity. Is it in here? I know where this is, but is it really? It's underneath a large building with the Voodoo Boys. It's underneath of this. Okay, I should probably read that. It's just, oh my god. That's path tracing, ray reconstruction, I think. So it's supposedly under here.
This isn't fun. Come out.
Anyway, so another a lot of his stuff is based towards that, which is pretty cool. So it's like, yeah, it's got his stuff on it, but as well, I like the designs. It's usually like clean. Homies are like America. Okay, buddy, that's just coming from. Anyway, so another example, and I hate to say it, really hate to say it. I think it's just offline, or I must have grabbed them before. Oh, you mother chode. Where are we? Every single time it keeps doing that. This way. Okay. Anyway, so another person that I watch occasionally. This guy not so much. Joey the Anime Man. Sort of the same. Like, they're all friends, right? And so he's got his own company. Clothing company. Luxor High Wellness Spa Fast Travel Point, right next to Voodoo. I'll be honest, I have to have had this one before. Anyway, he's got his own company. I've been in here before. So, that's why I feel like I've... Anyway, so he's got his own company and sells his own shit. Kaka. Anyway, the issue with he's got some stuff. It's abstract in both a good and bad way. Good way of, wow, it's unique and you're probably not finding other stuff like it. Bad because it's... you know what I mean? Like, it's... This is so fucking loud, by the way. It's not you guys that are getting deafened. It's also me. You either love it or you hate it. And part of that issue for me is, like, he's charging quite a bit with it. Like, talking minimum 100 New Zealand. Where, for example, that, what I'm probably going to be picking up from Sea Dog stuff is probably going to be like 50 to 70. So I think in like those comparisons, it's like, yeah, quite expensive. I've already done this stuff. I'm surprised there's enemies again. Hey, buddy. But yeah. To me, that stuff wasn't really worth it. It was like a lot of money. And it's like, none of it really, like, there were items there that were like $300 New Zealand. Which is like maybe, I don't know, maybe like 200 USD. Maybe like 150-ish euro. It's like rough off the top of my head conversions. So maybe not that accurate. Either way, it was expensive and I don't see it being really worth that much money. Like, to some people, yes. But also, that was like a big complaint a lot of people had. Myself included. Dude, where am I going? The issue is it's been nighttime for like the past 30 minutes. Why is it still nighttime here? I'm stuck. Like, how long is it gonna be nighttime for? Like, I cannot fucking see shit. I can see, but I'm trying to, like, all of his pictures are daytime. It makes it easy to see where everything is. But here, don't get me wrong, great lighting though. Lighting artists did amazing. Downside, it is fucking dark though. There's lots of variance in the lighting, which is making it fucking hard to stay. And path tracing probably isn't helping either. You're shitting me. It says, fast travel next to Voodoo Boys, and you'll find a. Is it not inside of this place though? The pictures and stuff all look like it's fucking inside of it though. I didn't see. No, it isn't here. I can see. See these? Oh, you fucking can't. Hello? Load. There we go. It's already there. Okay, so next to my ass. Path tracing while streaming doesn't seem like a great idea. So where the fuck is it? It's behind. It's this. Motherfucker, I already have it. Where's the next one? Anyway, his stuff's just very expensive and it's like, oh, such a pain. So sometimes you get stuff that is like decent and it's like very different, but at the same time it's like I mean let's put it this way, like Sea Dog collaborated with a fancy brand to come out with some fancy stuff, and that stuff was also very expensive, albeit that brand is not known to be cheap, so those sorts of things. So stuff like that. I'm generally not willing to spend like 150 to 200 on a clothing item. They were just trying to kill somebody. So, took matters into my own hands. Something I didn't realize, so until I was watching a video, there's a samurai song Never Fade Away is the same as Delicate Weapon. Just, you know, one's samurai and one's Lizzie Wizzy Grimes. So it's like the vocals are the same, but it's like different singing, kind of different tunes. One's like very rocky, and I don't know. I guess the other one's like poppy. I guess I don't know. Don't know what you'd call Lizzie Wizzy's type of shit. I gotta be honest, this game's just amazing to me. Yeah, the guy's a pain, though.
Rigged it up to the grid myself.
At the end, there's a red... like, one of these things. Like, garage door. Tomorrow's Friday. What are you guys up to tomorrow, Amy? You guys doing stuff? I got my presentation to do. I'm not really looking forward to that. I'm like... Okay, buddy, I did not. I'm like around the start of the presentations. I'm at 11 AM effectively. I mean, I'm on two ways, right? On one side, I'm gonna guess it's not here. Like, I've already done this one because I feel like I would hear it. And you said that you hear these things.
Why don't you control yourself?
And I gotta be honest, it's been way too long. So I don't really remember what they're supposed to sound like either. I think it's under. This terminal is located right outside the Petrochem station on the east side of Dogtown. Dude, I don't even want to be playing this for that long. I seriously... It's not that I didn't want to be playing, I just didn't want to be playing on this... So I don't want to make a new character. Petrochem Stadium. Is that it? Petrochem Stadium. Dude, it's still nighttime. What are these, like, day and night cycles? I really want to know. I said that literally 15 minutes ago and it still hasn't changed. Nor does it look like it's changing. I don't know if this is like a bug. Or this is just inherently a really long one. Dude, I'm gonna go insane. He says it's literally right here.